Hey, Chase with EOTECH. Today, we are talking about the 3.5 to 18 by 50 second focal plane Vudu scope, which I have right here in this box. So let's get into it. So when you get your brand new EOTECH scope, you'll have this lovely box, and inside you'll find a reticle booklet, instruction manual for the scope itself, some extremely classy stickers, lens wipe, sunshade, and battery, and the screw-in throw lever. And then the piece de resistance itself, the glass. Freshness guaranteed. Now, after you've taken your scope out of the box and you've had a minute to just marvel and bask in its presence, you'll want to know about the details. Well, let's talk about the details of this scope. So, the 3.5 to 18 by 50 second focal plane. So this is 15.13 inches overall length and 33.6 ounces. It does have, of course, the 50mm objective lens, and of course the magnification range is 3.5 to 18. All pretty straightforward. It has the power button for the illuminated reticle, brightness adjustments, and parallax, just like all the Vudu line over here on the left, and then your windage and elevation turrets. They are protected turrets, so of course, take it off, make your adjustments, and then put the turret cap right back on to ensure that you don't lose your zero when you're bumping around doing work with the optic itself. So, what are the main features of this optic? Well, first off, we want to talk about the EOTECH HC glass. So that's known for its light transmission, but it's also known for its edge-to-edge clarity, which really helps with observation and really getting a good understanding of what you're looking at downrange, because with some optics, you just get some weird color or warping effects around the edge, and you're not going to get that with the HC glass. That's a great feature. Of course, we've got our normal anti-reflective lens coatings, and like all of our optics, this is shock, fog, water, dust resistant. You can take this thing wherever you want to go, do some hard work with it, and it's going to hang in there with you. It is a 34mm tube, and today we're going to be putting it on this nice 6.5 Creedmoor hunting rifle so we can get out and do some work later on. Let's get this on the gun while we talk over design characteristics and some important notes on second focal plane and the reticle itself. So we've got the scope on the gun, got our throw lever installed, battery installed, and we've got it leveled in reference to the barrel, because of course the scope has to be level in reference to the barrel to make sure you're able to zero properly. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this down with our torque wrench. While we're doing that, let's talk about the overall design intent of the 3.5 to 18. So this is really designed for that medium to long range shooting, whether that's precision rifle competitions, or you're just going out trying to print awesome groups with your super nice 6.5 rifle, or if you're doing maybe small to medium game hunting, especially the type of game you can't necessarily get super close to. That's really where this optic is going to shine. Now, that brings me to talking about the reticle. So this does have the HC1 reticle, which is a mil-radian reticle. So that is a MOA measurement, and that's 1.047 inches, or 1 inch at 100 yards. One thing to note about this scope is that it is a second focal plane. So that means that the reticle itself is going to subtend in accordance with the actual level of magnification, meaning that your MOA measurements are going to be different at different magnifications. So you want to do your zeroing or your range estimation at maximum magnification, or 18x. And what that ensures is that you're actually getting one MOA between each vertical hash mark, and that the horizontal hash marks, the small ones, are 1 MOA, and the longer ones are 2 MOA. That way you're able to actually use the proper equation to get accurate ranging information. So that's an important thing to keep in mind with second focal plane. Now, first versus second focal plane, what's right for each person and what kind of shooting you're doing, all that could be an entire dissertation if we wanted it to be. But just wanted to make a quick note to you about that to ensure that you understand what you're getting into when you're getting a second focal plane optic, because there's a lot of good advantages there, but there's also some things, of course, to keep in mind. All right, so scope is level, and this gun is ready to go. So we've went over the features, the build, design, and characteristics. Gave you a couple notes on second focal plane and things to keep in mind when zeroing and doing range estimation. Like I said before, this does come with the HC1 reticle, and you can see a nice little picture of that right here. Of course, you can see all the information about it on the website, but just something to keep in mind. Once you have your zero, if you're at a lower range of magnification and you need to take a quick shot, something like that, where you don't have the time to really dial all the way in and do formal range estimation math, then just keep in mind that the center dot at the lowest range of magnification, or 3.5x, is going to be 2.5 MOA, and it goes to, of course, 0.5 MOA at 18x. So you can use that center dot, which is where your eye is going to be drawn anyway, as a point of reference if you need to take those faster shots. And like I said, you can see the full breakdown of all of the minutes of angle, the math, the equations, all that, either in this booklet when you buy the scope, which you should, or on EOTECH's website. So that is the 3.5 to 18 by 50. Hope you guys found this interesting and maybe even entertaining. If you want any more information on this, head over to our website. You can find out all the good details there and buy one, which is what you really probably want to do anyway. But for real, guys, the 3.5 to 18 by 50 is a wonderful optic if you're looking for something in the second focal plane for that medium to long range shooting. And of course, pairing it with a beautiful 6.5 rifle is always a great idea. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Got any questions, comments, put them below. Hit us up on social media, wherever you'd like to, because we'll get back to you right away. Train hard, live free. See you next time.